Ladies and gentlemen, it is match day. We are back 1 year and 1 month since Australia's impressive World Cup Qatar 2022 campaign. This time for the Asian Cup 2023, even though it is now 2024. It originally wasn't meant to even be in Qatar. This tournament was destined for China to be played last year. Fortunately, because of COVID, that eventually has been moved and Qatar have taken up the hosting rights, and they earn it really with the World Cup, probably arguably one of the best held World Cups in history. Behind me, the Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium. Can't really see it well from that angle. And this way, all the way over here, the entrance. So still a bit of a trek to get in there. Looks like the entrance is about 1 kilometer or maybe 2 away from the actual stadium.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, how are you? Okay, so we've encountered our first problem, and that is that they won't let me in with the camera, despite the fact that during the World Cup I was here every game with the same camera, same tiny thing, not the microphones. Maybe that's what gave it away. But now I have to walk again, and the stadium is all the way over there to the, I think, the storage tent. What a joke this is turning into. So I've just tried to get in again, and because they've scanned my ticket over here, I can't get in, and apparently I have to go to the ticket office to get a new ticket. Wow, what a little initial headache. We've only got 10 minutes till kickoff now. I'm finally through. So there we are, Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium, constructed especially for the Qatar 2022 World Cup. 45,000 seats inside, and its entire top tier was actually meant to be removed prior to this tournament, I believe, for it was going to be sent overseas, and the stadium's capacity was going to be reduced to just 20,000, so the entire top tier was going to go. They've kept it, unsurprisingly, and yeah, the stadium still stands in all its glory. I'm ready for a big match today. Australia taking on India in just the second game of the AFC Asian Cup 2023, which is being played in 2024. Brilliant. So I'm down here. My luggage is down there, or my camera, and I'm all the way over here. And we've got 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Jogging around. This massive thing is the last thing I want to do after flying from Bangkok at 2 AM this morning to get here. Arriving at 5 AM, 3 hours sleep. Looks like I might be the only Australian fan in here, which I'm not surprised about, to be honest. Would it really be a football match in Qatar at a major tournament if I wasn't completely surrounded by away fans? Well, this young lad does have an Australia flag, so he can be my... Come on! He can be my little friend of Australian fans. There's a couple there. And there's another 4 there. So kickoff is about to get underway here. So I'm going to give you my prediction. I think the Socceroos, although they do tend to struggle against teams that they should be better than on paper, I think India are a little bit too weak. And I think we're going to run away with this 4-0 today. And I'd say that at a minimum. Obviously there's a lot of new players coming into the squad. Not the same veteran and experienced side as we saw in Qatar for the World Cup, but that's because the World Cup 2026 is in Graham Arnold's mind. They met once before, India and Australia, at the Asian Cup, 4-0 to Australia, and I'm predicting the same thing again. chance there for India, and arguably the best of the game so far. Well worked as well. They held the ball, passed it around, and you can feel the crowd in here starting to really get behind the Blue Tigers there. Not doing too badly, particularly down the left-hand side. Australia's right, they're getting in behind quite a lot. They're number 17. Huge chance there for the Socceroos, arguably their best one so far. Their high press is working very well, and I feel like that's probably how India is going to come unstuck if they do. Onslaught of corners by the Socceroos at the moment. India just can't seem to get the ball out. Probably the most pressure they've been under the entire game, and we're already in the 36th minute. Switched up the corner takers, but the deliveries have been wanting so far. Craig Goodman again to take this one. And that's out for another corner. The problem they have, the Indian defence is actually probably their best feature. Gurpreet Singh in goal, nearly 2 metres tall. He's certainly confident in terms of coming out and claiming the crosses. Half time here, Australia 0, India 0, and it's been a game of very few clear-cut chances for either side so far. India, very impressive, especially defensively. They've been absolutely resolute, and the all-Indian crowd in there will have you believe that they're the ones that are going to grab the goal, if anyone, with how loud they get every time they get the counter. They've done pretty well, especially down the left-hand side, and with the pressing from their 39-year-old legendary striker, Chhetri, I believe his name is. If anything, I owe an apology to the Blue Tiger fans, because there's no way we're winning that 4-0. And coming out in the second half, I would hope we can still get the win, but need to change something. Still 0-0 between Australia and India, and India have been more than impressive. They've had their chances, especially on the counter-attack. And as for Australia, their pressing's worked well, but really it's only got them a lot of corners in a row, which they've failed to capitalise on. The Indian goalkeeper, who's nearly 2 metres tall, and he's handling pretty much every cross that comes in. So hopefully this second half we're really going to see the Socceroos pull their finger out, because at the moment it's not looking like a good start to the Asian Cup. Come on! 1-0 Socceroos, only a few minutes into the second half, and it was arguably a poor punch from Gurpreet Singh to clear that one out, which led to Jackson Irvine. Martin Boyle and Connor Metcalf coming off for Riley McGree and Sammy Silvera, looking for that second goal now, the Socceroos, to try and close things off. Less chances for India in this half. The Socceroos have managed to get more control of the game, but as you can see, every time they do get up this end of the field, the crowd go absolutely wild. Better hope we don't need a goal now, because that's our two talismans off the field. The two top scorers out there, gone. As soon as I say that, I think it was one of the subs that scored. Jordy Boss with the goal there, making it 2-0 to the Socceroos. And we've just over 15 minutes to go. Should be comfortable enough for the Socceroos to hold on to now. You know, if India's attack was as good as its defence, they would have definitely got something from the game so far, but their defensive fortitude hasn't been paid off by their attackers who, apart from the odd counter, especially this half, haven't offered too much. Australia getting their AFC Asian Cup campaign off to a winning start, 2-0 against arguably a very, very resolute Indian side. Their defence was extremely impressive, particularly in the first half against some of the other teams in the group like Syria. They might actually be able to come away with something. But as for the Socceroos, little disjointed, less experienced side out there, and that showed particularly in the first half where really they didn't get any clear-cut chances. 2-0 though, it's a good start to the tournament, and bringing on Syria in the next game in just 5 days' time. Well, that's it from the Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium. Socceroos coming out 2-0 winners in their opening game. India, a very resolute performance, and arguably going to do better, I think, in their next two matches. I had a bit of a rushed vlog today with everything that happened with the camera and sort of arriving overnight, so apologies that there wasn't much. But if you've liked it, if you've watched, I do implore you to please subscribe and stay tuned, because we'll be back on Tuesday for Australia against Syria, which may seem like a nothing game to us. Well, victory would get us through to the knockout stage, but to the Syrians, it's a bit of a grudge match. As you may remember, they were the team that we had to beat in a playoff game on the way to the World Cup in Russia while we were still under Ange, and I believe their fans were rather furious when we did come out on top in that game, blaming the grass, blaming the referee, blaming the studs. So to them, we're probably one of their arch nemesis in football. But like, subscribe, see you Tuesday. Thanks for watching. The things I do for a football video.